the next day after I was not tipsy
It's the
anymore,
alcohol, yeah.
I was like, what what just happened, you know? Hello, I'm Shirin.
I'm Kyan,
I'm Taraneh.
and we are Unmarried Persian Girls.
Layla, layla, lay. Layla, layla, lay. La 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 layla, lay.
Well, hello. Welcome to another episode of Unmarried Persian Girls. I stole it from Kyan's line. I'm Shirin. I'm 32 years old. I live in the UK currently. I was born in Iran, and as I always say, I'm not everyone's cup of tea because I love everyone to know that.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Taraneh. I am your warm and kind-hearted. It's a very hard word. Warm and kind-hearted woman, 22 years old, born and raised in Iran, and now I live in Canada, Toronto. Nice to meet you.
I'm Kyan, 33 years old, very much attached to the Persian culture, but I wasn't born and raised in Iran. I was born and raised in the West, so I guess you can say I'm the westernized Persian of the group, and very much unmarried. And speaking of unmarried, here on Unmarried Persian Girls, you have three girls. We couldn't be any more different. So we talk about all sorts of topics that affect Persian girls, Persian guys, you name it, everything. Like from taboo to like simple things, even things that like things that really were never discussed about our culture. We're gonna get into. So let's get into it.
Yeah.
Let's get into today's topic. We all know about dating apps. Everybody knows of them.
Mm-hmm.
But what do we think of them? Are they good? Are they bad? Do they work? Should we actually try to meet people on dating apps? Let's talk about it. See what we think.
Yeah.
All right.
Before we talk about it, as a reminder, I would like to remind everyone listening to this podcast that this is an opinion show and you don't have to necessarily agree with this. We will just speak the truth as we know it.
You sound like a flight attendant.
Please feel free to write anything you like as a comment. Send us your opinions. You can also like see us as your therapist and just talk about your anger issues and everything. Just as long as you share, like, subscribe, comment, we love you no matter what. This is a safe place. Let's get started.
Yeah, we love your feedbacks, and we love that you actually watch and take the time to tell us what you think, and we are going to read some of your comments at the end of the show.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah. So dating apps, guys, let me start off. I mean, I could never get into dating apps. Here's the truth. I'm a hopeless romantic. I always have had this idea that I would meet someone, I don't know, I'd be sitting in a cafe in Paris, France, and some guy would walk into my life and whisk me away. You know, I always had that idea of love, and that's the extreme version. But in reality, I like everything to happen in the real world. And I'm not a texter. I fucking hate texting. I don't even text my friends. So the whole concept of dating apps is that you have to like get to know each other online, and everything is online, and it just never worked for me. So that's me.
Yeah, it is. I'm with you when you say you hate texting, but I'm not against dating apps because I think it's very difficult to find people in the modern world. I do like for you to tell me actually like how people can find someone in today's world, because like here you don't just go, like, you know, back in the day it was okay for strangers just to walk towards each other and say like talking. Hi, can I have your number or something like that. Now it at least in the Western society it is not cool, and it is creepy,
disturbing
sometimes.
Someone's privacy.
Making eye contact is like, whoa, what's wrong with you? Like, what stop staring at me, you know? Like, these are things that, or women, I mean, generally can't like sociably go and approach guys because then she's needy. Unfortunately, that's the stigma. But except for like when I go to Iranian neighborhoods in London, or Latinos, or like generally Middle Eastern neighborhoods, yes, people do like men do stare, and I'm saying stare like like stare, or catcall, which is still like not acceptable. So I'm saying I'm not against it because it's hard to meet people these days.
I get it. I get everybody's busy with their jobs, with their lives, so it just cuts down on the process. You can just filter out people and meet people online. But listen, this is a push that's like happened over time. Like it didn't happen overnight. You know, there was a time when we would meet people in person, and it's becoming less common now, which is, I think, unfortunate. Like, but I really believe if you want to meet someone who's like you, like I like going to art galleries, museums, and so if you go to the same places that you know, hopefully you will meet someone who likes the same stuff as you, and it does happen, and
like
it can be romantic.
Yeah,
so
I've
like going.
Yeah, I've had guys approach me at art galleries and events, and
that's
it's cute.
that's
It's
for
nice.
people that like you that actually go out and do things.
You can do that too. Anybody can do that.
Yeah, if you have time. Shirin is right. For example, in Iran, at a stoplight, once you stop, everyone just looks around, looking at each other.
Who's out there?
But here, I keep looking everywhere. No one's looking. Someone's peeking their nose. And, like
You're the creepy one
don't
looking.
look.
Yeah.
And
Can I before you say something,
go ahead.
I have to mention something important as well about like me approving dating apps. It's because like I think as a feminist it's an empowering technology, because with us women it's usually like, it's not usually like this, but I imagine myself being out and about, and then a guy approaches me. It's difficult to reject them. I'm not that kind of person who is like, go away, what the fuck you want, or something like fuck off, fuck off. If they are nice, they are nice in person, it's really uncomfortable for me to reject someone. So I will be like, okay, probably, I'm just saying, like probably I might take it easier.
Okay.
Right? And I might have to get into a conversation with someone I don't want. But like with dating apps, women are more power. They're like, okay, I don't like this guy, swipe left, motherfucker.
I guess I was so
Like that.
used to lying in person. If I wanted to reject someone, I would say things like, I have a boyfriend, or I would really go the extreme version. If they were really pushy, I would say, I used to be a man. And that usually worked. It would repel them right away. I mean, hey, if I really wanted them to get out of my, get away, if they were really being creepy, it works. It really works.
I have a boyfriend one. I have it happened to me so many times. The moment you tell them I have a boyfriend, they're like, we can just be friends. Your boyfriend can come too. But my opinion about dating apps is that when I was younger and I had a boring life, I would wake up and I would drive alone to school, and I would go to my class, and I wouldn't talk to anyone. Then I go to the library. Everyone's looking at their book. No one's looking at me. I'm not meeting anybody. And then this one, I went to university for like 3 years, and this one guy once, and I had an exam, started talking to me. I'm like, I have to study. I'm sorry, don't talk to me. So I think dating apps are amazing if you're really desperate, in need.
Really desperate.
To just meet someone, because everyone's there for the same reason, and everyone's available. Everyone, like when you're walking on the street, you don't know if this person is available or not, but on there, everyone is available, everyone's willing to go out. And every time I had a breakup and I was upset and I just wanted a man to compliment me, I would go on dating apps, and I would get dates left and right, lunch, dinner, dinner,
oh wow,
lunch,
breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Yeah, everything. I love dating apps. Not anymore, because now I'm famous and I don't want people to see me there.
So contradictory.
That was a lot of words all at once. I don't even know which part to react to.
I'm bad.
There is an interesting thing. I think dating apps are more known in here, like Europe and West. But
Compared
however,
to-
I did a poll on my Instagram, and among the apps that are like more popular, Tinder, Happen, and Bumble in Iran. And Iranians in general. So because my followers are mostly Iranians, right? Most people said they use Tinder. And I didn't know about Tinder when I first came to the UK. I had no idea that there are apps for dating. It wasn't a thing before then. So I came here, and then people were like, "Are you on Tinder?" I was like, "What is Tinder?" They're like, dating app. So I went on the Tinder. I'm sorry for my shit. Anyways, I went there. I dated 4 or 5 guys. I went out with them, and surprisingly,
I ended up marrying one.
Huh?
And you ended up marrying one.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know this. Go on.
Yeah. So my ex-husband, we got to know each other through Tinder.
Oh.
However, the thing is that, and it is not solely for sex. It is popular that Tinder is just for finding someone for a one night stand, and
you
it's
sure
not
about
like that.
I thought it was.
Because not everyone is like that. I wasn't there for one night stand. I was there to meet people. But the thing is that you said you hate texting, and I hated texting. This is how him and I thought that we are a good match. I said, "Hey, I hate texting. Shall we meet each other over a coffee?" And he was like, "You're like a fresh breath of air." So that's how we met each other in person.
Okay, but to be clear, this is your ex-husband, right? So it didn't exactly
Yes,
work
but
out,
it
right?
has nothing to do with the dating app.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with
Question, what about your current boyfriend? How did you meet him?
that. Work.
Okay. And I met my boyfriend through a mutual friend. Your ex, Palab,
I don't have a...
You don't have a... But, like, your last boyfriend you met in person. So I'm just putting it out
I
there
met
that...
him on Instagram.
Oh, you did? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, listen, I mean, there
That's
are
another
so
dating
many...
app.
Instagram.
Yeah, that is true, actually. It is kind of a dating app. I mean, the DMs
I mean,
is
now
where it
all
happens.
my followers are Asghar and Golem. I don't know. But before,
Yeah.
I would actually meet people on Instagram.
Yeah, well, I
I
mean, there's-
wonder if there are in other societies they're still like that as well, because I see sometimes under my posts people comment like, "I'm this lonely guy looking for someone to chat." And it's like, what, 3 in the morning in
chat?
Iran or
Chat.
somewhere. And they're like, "I'm lonely. Who's up for chat?" And then they start commenting under my post, getting to know each other. That's a Persian style.
That's hilarious.
There you go.
By the way, there's also a I heard this. I read this somewhere, rather.
Are you talking-
that there was a dating app that was developed by the Islamic Republic of Iran because there was an issue of people not getting married. So they developed an app to help things out. And correct me if I'm wrong. Like Tinder and a few of the other apps exist in Iran. That's what I heard someone say once.
I think they work with, I don't know, anti-filter or VPNs.
Something like that.
VPN.
It does. Actually, one of our followers commented saying that she was using, I think, Tinder or something.
Have you-
And I was surprised. I was like, it exists in Iran.
I didn't know, but have you heard about the Persian dating app Shaytun?
Shaytun. Yeah, I was gonna say that. Isn't that hilarious?
Oh my gosh.
There's so many like options these days. There's literally a dating app called Shaytun
Shaytun.
app for Persians. Yeah.
Oh my God.
But that's the thing. There's so many. Like, there's a dating app for Jewish people, for like Muslim
Yeah,
people.
I knew that exists for Indians, Namaste or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I like when I first started working, there was one called Coffee Meets Bagel, but to be honest, I didn't really get into it because I was like, ugh, like texting. But then like years later, I heard about this like elite dating app called Raya, and to be honest, I heard that Brad Pitt was on it, so I shamelessly joined it for that reason. And it's like, it's hard to, like, at least it was hard to get into back in my time. You have to be referred by a person, and you need to, like, there's like a committee that has to bring you in and stuff. So I kind of like that. I was like, ooh, it's exclusive. So, so anyway, I joined for, you know, like to see how things work, because I was like, okay, I'm not meeting the right guy organically. Let me try this out. And I mean, I went on one date with like someone that I met online from this app, and
Iranian?
He no, not Iranian. Listen, on paper he looked great. I was like, oh, film producer. This sounds interesting, and pictures and everything. The bio is like flawless. I was like, let's try this out. It couldn't be any worse. Coincidentally, it was around this. I think it's like something sent from God, if you believe in God. Like it coincidentally happened around the same time that I met my current boyfriend. And I met him through a mutual friend. It was a setup that worked out. So it was like this around the same time. I decided to go on a date with this guy, and if anything, this bad date highlighted how great my current boyfriend was. But it was just there was no chemistry whatsoever, and right off the bat I sensed that this guy was trying to hook up that night, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I thought Tinder took care of those needs. And at the end of the day, there was no chemistry whatsoever, and he tried to kiss me. I was like, no, which part of this did you think was gonna allow that to happen?
You have to, once you're on dating apps, you have to make sure you state your reason to be
I thought it was already given, based on my I mean, if you're looking for a hookup, just put it out there on your bio, looking for a hookup.
And they do.
So he was a total douchebag, and I mean, that completely turned me off. That reminded me why I don't like online
I think
dating.
we have to remember, as humans, everyone, I think we have to remember that education and the titles don't
mean anything.
Don't guarantee anything.
But that's what I'm saying. So
personality-wise.
it created an illusion, and it's funny because I met my boyfriend organically, so it just it made me realize, wow, so I kind of went that way.
For me, since I'm the new generation, I met my one of my good boyfriends that I was with for over a year on Instagram.
Ooh.
That's one thing. But when I was 18, you guys, you can lie about your age on Tinder, right? So I did.
Oh. Did you say you were older or younger?
Older. I was 18.
Right.
How younger could I
don't know.
be?
I mean, maybe they like younger girls there.
And then you can just choose the age gap that you are interested in. And when I broke up with one of my exes, I was very upset, and I went on Tinder. Oh my god, I met amazing people. I met amazing people, and they're all non-Persian. I did not swipe right to the
on
Persians.
any Persians.
I
Meanwhile, they all swiped whatever way you're supposed to on you.
Yeah, and I went on. I met really good people, and I went on amazing dates, even though we had no chemistry, but I went on amazing dates. So this guy I met.
What is can you elaborate what was amazing about it?
Okay, because the people that I met were good people that I didn't meet in person. This Chinese guy I met, he was fucking hilarious. He was so funny. And then the moment we started texting, I remembered another one. So funny. And the Chinese guy was really funny. And then we went out for sushi, and I didn't like sushi.
So you socialized through the apps, in a way.
I met so many people that if I go out to a grocery store, everyone's doing their own thing. I met a lot of people.
So they're your friends still, these people that you met?
Yeah, no, they blocked me, but
that worked out well. Amazing dates. They all blocked me.
Oh my god, no, because Hala, you don't have to get into that. But then this other guy I met, oh my god, listen, Italian guy.
Okay.
He was a cop.
Oh.
Very hot.
Okay.
And he was a boxer. I hope he's not watching this.
He probably is.
And then for the first date, he took me to a boxing match, and I'd never been to a boxing match. It was so romantic. And then I also met this...
So romantic and watching guys punch each other out. Go on.
I just have never been on one. So
you're right, actually. Getting to know people. I think as long as we are clear about how we feel about each other, that's actually fun. Because when you say, oh my God, it was amazing. And he took me to a boxing match. I just remembered that one of these dates that we were just dating for 3 months, he took me to the musicals Lion King that all my life I wanted to go to watch Lion King musical, and he took me there to watch it. He took second row ticket, motherfucker.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
a good date. I mean, those
Yeah.
are good stories,
But sorry, before I just want to finish my point. I've had amazing experience with to have fun with, not to actually, I didn't meet anyone genuine, but to have fun. You can use dating apps if you're bored.
okay, so you're saying to have fun, it's great to use
Great to
dating
meet new
apps.
people and go out.
I mean,
on
in
dates,
some
yeah.
cases it works out. I've known people that find their husbands or wives online. It worked out for them.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, I think too many options are never a good thing. Like I've seen this firsthand. I find dating apps become addictive the same way that video games do. I've seen friends like swipes like every night of the week.
True. When I had the app, when I instead of Instagram, I would go and just like swipe people left and right.
And you know, I've had guy friends that like they go on dates that they met online with great girls, everything's great, but they're
But they
like,
wouldn't
oh,
stop.
I'll find something better. I'll find
Stop
something
it.
better. Like keep finding someone
Yeah.
better. So it's an illusion that there's this abundance of like great women or men out there, and they're just gonna keep swiping for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't think it can be a good
It's-
thing in some
it's
cases, but I mean,
It's true because the Italian guy I went out with, we were dating for a while. I
Yeah.
don't remember how long. 'cause-
And then what
And
happened?
I was illegal too. I was
illegal? What
18.
do you
Oh
mean?
my god.
No, I was 18. I wasn't illegal, but I mean,
You sure?
he was a cop. If he knew I was 18, he would be scared.
Okay.
But I still
You
saw
would.
that he has the app, and I'm like, well, we're dating. Why do you still have the app, sir?
Because they want to
think-
know that there's others out there. If things don't work out with you, it's like, oh, well, I'll just swipe again.
I have Jessica.
Yeah. That's one of the
drawbacks.
drawbacks of dating app. But another thing to add is they can be really dangerous too if you are not in well aware of your surrounding, of the like possibilities that it can risk. You can risk your life actually, I think, with that. It happened to me. Nothing, thank God, touch wood and everything, nothing happened to me. But now that I look back at it, I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck were you thinking, Shirin? It can be dangerous because people can impersonate themselves, like, or be a fake personality, put a picture of someone else and just give wrong information and then go on a date with you. And if you are not how can I say that? If you are not an assertive, strong-minded person who takes care of themselves or feels shy or something, there could be dangers. For instance, I was at my girlfriend one night. We were drinking beer and everything, having like silly chats and everything, and we were on Tinder, as you do, right? And we were having fun. It was like 8 at night. I matched with a guy then. It was like, I think it was like 6 years ago. So I matched with a guy. We were like laughing so much about like the chat, like we were texting and everything. And he said, let's meet each other now. And I agreed. And he sent a taxi to my address to pick me up, to meet him somewhere in central London. And I went. Imagine the danger that could happen, like things that could happen to me. Yeah. Imagine if that wasn't a black cab. Imagine, like, I am like, Shirin, you, yani as basan chance آوردی. You are so lucky that nothing happened.
But so nothing did happen, right?
No, nothing did. Yeah, he was a genuine person. It was a lovely date we went on. But later, the next day, after I was not tipsy
It's the
anymore,
alcohol, yeah.
I was like, what what just happened, you know? So what I want to say after all of this is that be careful. Make sure, don't go on a date when you're drunk. Don't do anything stupid, because you know how internet can fool everyone.
Yeah, that's scary. I mean, I guess, how do you know for sure if like this person is a normal person? You really can't until you go in some cases. I mean, that's one thing, but like dating apps create a list of issues. For example, there's catfishing, there's ghosting, there's the whole online hookup culture. I don't know what I'm doing this. This is a thing. Anyway,
What is
put it
that?
down. I don't know, like
No, what is online
Quote, unquote.
culture?
quote unquote. So like with like dating apps like Tinder, it's created this whole like expectation that you're going on Tinder to hook up with someone. Like I've known guy friends, they will go out for a night, and if they don't find a girl, they'll go on Tinder to try to swipe on someone that they can hook up with that night. And then there's like, for example, the catfishing thing, like you said it, Shirin, like you can impersonate someone else, for example, or you can post pictures like from years ago of yourself when you look young and skinny. So that's
probably
catfishing.
how you thought Brad Pitt is on that app.
What did it say it again?
Yeah, that's probably how that Brad Pitt thing happened.
I mean,
it wasn't real.
No,
Brad
it was
Pitt.
actually no. Like Raya is an app that's known for like celebrities and stuff. I don't know. I guess I was the silly part of me was curious. But yeah, and then there's ghosting too, like where you can like get into a really good conversation with someone, or you go have a few good dates, and then suddenly they can just go like ghost completely, like silence. But see, I think problems like this don't happen in the real world. Like when you meet someone in person, I don't know, it happens less so, I think.
Have you, maybe you haven't been stood up, but a lot of people have.
Man, that is the worst thing you could ever do. Like, ladies, gentlemen, never stand someone up. That's just mean.
No,
and
it's
rude.
okay, you can do it.
to her, maybe she deserves it.
But okay, from my experience when I was on dating apps for a really short time, I feel like people that actually have difficulties with their self-esteem or their looks to meet people in real life mostly go on dating apps. People that like actually are shy to go to other people, or they don't have the confidence, or they don't think they're hot enough, or because when I was on the app, everybody thought I'm fake, because they were like, why would a pretty girl be on this app? This is for people that can't. They always thought I'm fake. And
I experienced that too. And honestly, that's probably one of the main reasons I had to get off of it. I was on the one that was for women that swipe. Bumble, yeah. And I had a few Persian guys, like friends of mine that I know, Persian guys, that would like message me and be like, oh, I'm shocked to see you here. Like, wow, you're on this? Like, as in like you couldn't find someone in real life. So I like deleted it for that reason.
It's like an embarrassment.
That's what I hate. Like, it's so unfair, because, excuse me, this it's like so much lack of understanding for other people and the lifestyle in this modern society. Like, why would you
they
judge
probably
someone?
think you have a
I
problem.
always said that when I used dating apps, I always said it, and I was not shy saying like, oh, I met my husband through dating app and everything, because to break that wall of saying like, oh, you should be ashamed of doing such thing, going on a dating app. I know that what you say, Taraneh, is like, okay, there are people who shy or don't feel confident or something, but at the same time there are also people who are confident but don't have the time to go to a pub or a networking event.
But then I did it myself, because they all thought that I'm fake. And when my friend would tell me, oh, is that you, with a very, very bad
connotation with it.
Yeah, and I was like, no, it's probably fake. They're just using my picture.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah,
but I think that's where dating apps can be confusing. If I become single again, I will not go on a dating app. You know why? Because there's a culture there's a culture around each dating app. Like, it's like most people think, oh, you're there for a one night stand, you're there for sex. Tinder was not like this until people ruined it for us. For us genuine people. So I won't use dating apps, and right now at this age, I think it is either for the younger people or like older people. My opinion is that dating apps are not for people in their 30s, but then again, my mindset has changed. maybe like in 5 years I won't think like that. Maybe I will go back on a dating app. So who knows?
You said, I mean, I think dating apps created this culture where that guy, for example, that I went on a date with, you know, it's supposed to be an elite dating app. I thought he's a decent person. He tried to kiss me. Like, I think it's like built that expectation. If you meet someone online, oh, maybe you can try and kiss them even though there's no chemistry.
Yeah.
So, but that being said, there is a lot of like there's dating apps created for young professionals. Right? There's one called Coffee Meets Bagel, and I've had a lot of friends meet their current husbands and wives through that one because it kind of, I don't know if it's international, but at least in Toronto, in the like downtown area where a lot of working professionals are, it's worked out for a lot of people. So it depends.
Coffee meets bagel.
Yeah,
It sounds funny.
Meets
But girls, girls,
Yes.
ladies.
okay, she means business now. Let's hear it.
Since we are unmarried Persian girls, let's talk about the Persian, how Persians look at it. For some reason, at least in the Persian community, it's kind of embarrassing to admit that I am using a dating app, and it's not like that for my white friends, because like my coworker, he was just like so chill. Oh yeah, I'm on Tinder. Are you on Tinder? They just talk about Tinder. But for Persian people, it means you have a problem that you're on Tinder, because why are you on Tinder? It's so embarrassing to be on Tinder.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Oh my God.
That's true. I mean, that's exactly why when I was on that
Everyone's
Bumble,
like, wow.
it was only the Persian guys that I knew. They basically shamed me. They're like, "You're on this? What do you do?" Like they were shocked. Like, "Oh, I didn't think you'd be on it."
What happened to me is that one of my friends.
Don't we?
Sorry, one of my friends. Wait,
Sorry.
like, one of my friends sent me a screenshot that they found me on Tinder, and they're like, this person is using your picture.
See, I kind of touched on this earlier, but maybe I need to make it more clear. I'm a three-dimensional person. I have a personality. In fact, I think that's one of the best things about me. And I can't show that online, you know? I think I do much better in person because they can actually have a feeling of the type of person I am.
No, they
See,
should. I recommend.
See, like online, like how can you totally grasp who you are in one paragraph? Like, what do you even say? So, like, you know, how can I show how wonderful I am? In fact, online, I can't,
because
so
it's
I do
not
better in person.
It's not happening all on the app. It's just like the initial meeting,
Right,
and then you're like, let's go for a coffee or something.
Right, but those first impressions,
worry.
those first impressions mean everything. And I always wanted to be with someone who wants to be with me for me, and not some highlighted version of me. And like online, let's be real, like it's a lot of it is like how you look in your pictures. And I kind of like hated the fact that a lot of these guys are matching with me because I posted these pictures. They think I look hot or sexy or whatever you want to say. Like they're not with me because of me, really. And that's why, like, for example, that guy on Raya saw my pictures, and maybe I don't know, I thought my pictures didn't make me look like a floozy, but he tried to kiss me. So.
Because like now that all these photoshopping apps exist,
True.
it is way harder to be on dating apps and believe someone's picture is real. You're right. Like, I didn't think my time back in the day, these things didn't exist. You should have been a proper graphic designer to use Photoshop, Adobe, to be able to just do that. There was no, like, now you can be a whole new person on your picture.
It's true. I mean, I like on that dating app Raya, I switched to the female version because I was curious, and it's all Instagram models, and I was thinking, like, poor regular women that are like hardworking, that don't know how to use Photoshop or whatever. Like, how are they ever to compete in this world? But what do I know?
Yeah,
let's ask our audience.
Ask your audience. How about that?
Yeah.
Huh? Let's see. So, do you guys think that we should recommend dating apps to our Persian friends and Persian women and men out there? If yes, please leave us your comment. Tell us what you think. If you have experience, please share it with us. We will read them in our next episodes. And thanks for listening to us.
Okay,
and
let's
specifically, people in Iran, please tell us your experience about using dating apps there, because I'm genuinely curious. This is new for me. I had no idea this was happening.
Can I just say something really funny? You know, when I had Tinder, I just had it on my phone, and then a couple years ago I went to Mexico, And then I was just bored. I went on my Tinder and it was all Mexican guys. It changes.
Well,
it
yeah.
changes where you
Well,
are.
a
It
lot
was
of
so
people
funny.
travel and use dating apps only when they're outside of the country because they're
Yeah.
comfortable,
Yeah.
and I guess
Yeah.
you get a taste of it. But on that note, let's read some comments.
comments.
All right, who's going
Let's.
first? Fine. Okay, you don't need to beg me. I'll go first.
Okay.
Episode 6, we had we were discussing who should pay for dinner. Yeah. So we have Serine Eliassian wrote to us saying, actually, I don't believe in following any dating rules. She's referencing that book that I brought that episode,
okay.
The Rules, that I recommended, but that's just me. She goes on saying, I kept being myself. I offered to pay my share on every date because I love being an independent woman, and I believe if we want equal rights for women, we should start from ourselves. Some guys got offended, some lost interest, but at last, I found the one who loved me and respected me for who I am. Well, that worked out for you. Everybody's different. I mean, I guess
That's the perfect world she lives in.
yeah, I mean, I believe in the old school values of men being chivalrous,
Well, you're
opening.
wrong.
Oh no, I'm not actually, Shirin.
Yeah.
I believe guys should open doors and show some chivalry, you know. And like if a
Or
guy,
at least
okay,
push the button that opens the door.
sure that. I mean, listen, I said it before. I always expect a guy to approach me. That's who I am. It's not who everybody else is. And because of that reason, they're asking me out, so they want to get to know me. So they, for at least 1, 2, or 3 dates, they should pay. And then if I want to continue, that means I'm interested too. So of course I'm going to pick up the bill
But
too.
everyone does it their own way. You get to experiment and see which one works for you.
yeah. So,
Yeah. Thanks.
yeah.
Thanks, the girl that said that.
Yeah. Thank you, Sidina.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Cool.
Should I go?
My turn.
Okay. You
Shotgun. So this friend of ours is called Shining Through. She, because I think it's a she, has commented about the Persian parents and dating episode. She says I asked a question. I said, which one are more intimidating when it comes to choosing a partner, like fathers or mothers? To my surprise, most of my followers on Instagram voted mothers, as you guys also mentioned. But to my interest, I mean, that's very interesting. I would love to talk about it. I still disagree. Anyway, she says they both are the same. In Persian culture, they just team up and play good cop, bad cop. Moms are usually the bad cops, and dads step on the last minute of a heated argue and soften the mood and speak the last words, and that's all. Well, thank you, Shining Through. It's interesting. Yes, there are apparently some good cop, bad cop mothers or fathers. But I don't think that, because every girl I know, she has had a very difficult father to deal with.
True, but in my experience, I think because my brothers would look up to my father, and of course I'm the female, so I would look up to my mom. So my mom felt responsible for me choosing my partner. So she kind of she was the tough one, and my dad kind of left it up to her.
Right.
So, but that's my experience.
Yeah.
What you got, T? What you got, T?
Okay.
And the youngest.
So about that episode that I was saying that you can only dress up for your husband by the law. Everyone's like, what law?
Yeah, if you make fun of you, they're like, what law? What is
And
she
then,
talking about?
For the people that are rude and mean, I'm sorry for you. Don't do that. But 9817 Nazanin says, excuse me, wala, ha 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 ha, emojis. You are not here to only talk. You are here to talk some facts. What am I hearing is all dumb. Ouch. 9817, that's mean. But other than that, why are we mean? Just forget about that. In case you didn't know, in the Islamic Republic of Iran, women are supposed to wear hijab everywhere that other men are there. And by the law, you're only allowed to take your hijab off in front of your husband, your dad, some of your uncles, and some of the other guys that I don't know at the moment.
And brothers.
Brothers, yeah. And uncles. No dai, but amu, not your... right? Do you know? I don't know.
No, just uncles.
I don't know the rules exactly, but by the law, Missy,
Sharia law.
you can only take your hijab off in front of your maharim. So I know what I'm talking about,
She knows
okay?
what she's talking about.
And that's just rude. Why would you say that? That's not dumb. I would never call you dumb when you... Okay, never mind.
We'll just leave it there.
Yeah.
You're a nice girl.
Okay.
We'll be nice girls. On that note, thanks guys for joining us. Subscribe, comment, like, share with your friends. Share. Tell them what you
Yes.
think.
And leave more comments.
nice
Yes,
ones.
we love reading your
get some
comments
love.
and we
Why
will
do you
reply
give
to
hate?
them.
Can we get some love, please? Thank you. Give some love.
Lie, 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 lie.
Thank you for watching and listening. Bye.
Goodbye. Thank you. Until next week. Ciao.